Alright guys, welcome back to the channel today. On the CT today, and I'm actually testing out a new little mic, and I had an idea to tell you guys about gearing down on this little bike. So I've got a few questions about how do you keep from sliding the rear tire going to first, since the bike doesn't have a clutch. You know, we're kind of having some problems gearing down. It kind of feels like it's gonna, like, you know, it just stops too abruptly. So I've been riding you know, like ATVs, and I had a C70 and a CT125 as a kid, so I kind of know about, you know, a little bit about kind of, it's just something that you gather information on after doing it a million times. So what I want to do is show you guys about gearing down today, and it's really simple. So what you have to keep in mind is the clutch is actually hooked to the shifter here. So when you push it down, if you hold it down, it's in neutral. The clutch is engaged. So if you keep that in mind, when you come up to a stop somewhere, if you keep that pushed down and use the throttle to rev match it, say we're gonna turn right into this little road right here, you slow down and you need to gear down, you keep it down and then let it up. So we're gonna gear down, we're just gonna hold it, and as you come to a stop, you can ease it up. And that way it doesn't lurch you forward, and that's just a good way to keep from sliding the rear tire or whatever. It's just, so push down, kind of rev match, and ease it back up. Same thing for when you go into first, just ease it up instead of, you know, just all at once. And that's just an easy way I've found that really helps to keep from over revving the engine when you're gearing down, especially coming up to a red light and busy traffic or whatever. So yeah, I thought, well, I could test the mic out, show you guys that too, and it's something super simple that it takes a little bit of getting used to and a little bit of practice. But you know, if you've ridden a bike that has a clutch your whole life, or drove a vehicle that has automatic transmission, I mean, it's really easy to just not never have had that experience. So if you go to first and you let out on it, it really jars you. But if you hold it down, and then you can just, even after you stop, you can let it back up, and then it doesn't ever engage until, you know, until you let up on it. And the same thing goes for actually pulling up on it. So let's go to third here. You hold up on it, it's in neutral until you let it down, and then you're in gear. So Honda's a lot of manufacturers, bike manufacturers, pretty smart in doing that, and it just gets rid of having to work the clutch, you know. So kind of makes it a little easier in the woods and things like that, which I love a bike with a clutch, you know. But I mean, it's just this is just a different world, so it's got its place, you know. But yeah, I thought I could show you guys that. I've actually got a lot of questions on that, and it's something I never really thought of. But I guess when I was a kid, I probably had it lurch forward with me gearing down, and just learned to hold that down. And then as a kid, you also learn to put it in first and hold it up and rev the throttle and let go, so you can pop wheelies, which I hadn't really done with this bike too much, you know. It's one of them things. This bike isn't really made wheelie riding, you know. But so we're dangerously low on fuel right now, and there's a station a few miles from the house that has 90 octane and pure gas, no ethanol. So I know the bike can use 87 and be fine, but that's what they sell. So that's what I'm gonna grab today, and me and Cody gonna ride around a little bit maybe. But I just thought it'd be neat to share that with you guys about that shifter. And it's not something you have to do, and if you don't watch this, it's something that you'll pick up on eventually, because you'll just get sick of it lurching forward. But it's a good thing to do, you know. So we're gonna turn into this road right here. Not really, but I'm gonna show you guys. So you push down, ease up on it to gear down. Same thing with second, ease back up. Same thing with first, ease up. And then you've come to a smooth stop without lurching forward. Pretty neat. And it all is, it all can happen because of the way Honda attaches the clutch to the shifter. Pretty smart stuff. Which just about in the ATV world, if you're talking about utility ATVs, they've been doing that since the 80s. Of course, Honda's had that clutch out since the 60s, I think. So, pretty cool. Yeah, so this cool little store here, it's got non-ethanol 90 octane. It's a little bit expensive, but I mean, it holds 1.4 gallons, so you can't get too picky about that. And I've tested it, it's legit. Like I said, if you can find 87, that's fine too. You really don't, it doesn't really have enough compression to really need, you know, 90, but it's not gonna hurt anything. So $6 and a penny. You know, gas is expensive when you can't just pump 1 penny anymore. All right. Alright guys, we got a full tank of fuel. Let's reset this. I forgot to reset it last time. Alright, let's ride. So I had to reposition the camera just a little bit because I've got an external mic hooked to it now. So this will be a good test to see where to put the camera. So this is tilted all the way back, and I'd say that's probably about where it needs to be, right there maybe. So just changing it up a little bit so we can hear Cody's voice on the BDR trip. And I've got some Velcro, 3M Velcro with sticky on one side coming to get some of these cords from hanging out down in the way and get caught on limbs and stuff like that. But yeah guys, I just wanted to do a quick little video here for you guys on that shifter ordeal. And if you've got any questions, let me know. I'll be glad to answer them. I know that, like I said, it's something you can pick up on your own, but that might speed up the process. You're like, man, how do I keep from getting thrown over the handlebars when I come up to a red light? So I appreciate you guys riding along. This is going to be just a little quick short video on that shifter ordeal. So like, subscribe, leave me a comment. If you got any questions, like I said, let me know. I really enjoy, you know, interacting with you guys. And I appreciate you guys following the channel, because I think this morning we were at $17.99, so really close to $1,800, and it's climbing weekly. And it seems like you guys really like the little CT125 content, so we'll try to keep some of that going. And like I said, we're going to be doing that BDR trip, you know, on April 15th. And I'm taking the DR because I may have to do like 75 miles an hour to get home on time. So, you know, I'd love to take this, and we'll definitely go back on it and possibly take it out to Idaho. But don't miss that video because I didn't take the CT125, because hopefully it's going to be epic. We're going to have some really good riding, some, you know, creek crossings, some backcountry, old Americana stuff, you know. It's just going to be good. This poor fella has never used a roundabout in his entire life. Wow. See, I did a video years ago on why you don't put a roundabout in the middle of the country, and that's exactly why. The dude stopped in it. Anyway guys, he could possibly be brought on by intoxication as well. He's still kind of acting a little weird. Alright guys, come back again. Appreciate you riding along. Have a great day.